A message from the family of the white dragons about our current final phase of ascension, which I find is all nonsense. All those are dragons. Dragons will be dragons, although some dragons are worse than others, and that's what this video about. I have postponed this video because I was short of time those days. On the 25th I went out to the park, and the next day I had a vision about those beans. Out of nothing they appear in my vision. I had to do this video on the 26th on Saturday, but I haven't got the time, so I had to postpone it for now, up to now, Tuesday. And well, in this vision I saw these beans. These beans live in nature, you see, dark beans. They would come to me. They came to me on Saturday, and on Saturday night, and then they talk about the white dragons, and those beans, dark beans, were fighting with other beans. I'm not sure whether those other beans were outer world beings, means aliens, or they were from Earth itself. I'm not very sure. However, in this vision, I saw that the dark beings were fighting with the other beings about who wants the better, who wants the worse, etc., and who wants to control what. From my view, those dark beings want to control Earth and want to control me and all other people here. And so he would argue and talk non-stop about how the white dragons were no good, and they will tell me to stay on their side, to be allied with them, because the white dragons were no good. And at that moment the white dragons haven't come yet, haven't arrived. And as soon they arrived, soon they would arrive, they were like this. And the funny things was that these white dragons, they stood about 50 meters away from me, just 50 meters. In that vision, I was as big as they were. You see, we have almost the same size. And the dark beings were smaller. So those white dragons stood there far away just watching me, and they wouldn't say a thing. They just would allow and listen while that dark being would frame them, accuse them, condemn them, bad mouthing them, and they would do nothing, just watch. And I wouldn't say anything either, because I didn't know what was happening. I was in the middle of beans altercation, quarrel, arguments, how they say, chess games, and I was just in the middle, and I didn't know what to do. I just watched as they quarrel among each other. Lucky they didn't came to the extreme of fighting, like a violent fight, otherwise it will affect me a big time. And I guess that the dark beings will lose because those dragons were big, very very big. And yes, they are the Elohim. Yeah, for those who don't know, they are Elohim. See, category Elohim, they are the Elohim. So there's no sense. I don't believe it is no sense. You see, from 2016 up to now, these idiots still believe in all this nonsense ascension. Once you ascend, you will die. You will come out of this body. In order for you to ascend, you will have to die the big death. You have to come out of this body, because while we live in this dancing here in this rhythm, struggling just to survive, to pay your bills, I'm telling you, it's gonna be very difficult for you to ascend spiritually wise unless you are retired and you have enough time in your hands to dedicate yourself to all those things. Okay, otherwise, for many of us, we got to struggle, got to work, got to learn a skill, got to study. There is really no time for all that. Up to the day we die, we still will be here trapped in this world, unless you got money, enough money to get off here, understand, to go to the mountains, whatever. Otherwise you will be forever trapped here and here, and I struggle just to survive and put food on the table. So the creation of the I don't want to listen to all this is nonsense. Tired body system, what a nonsense, you see. The grace of perseverance, find out your faith. There's no sin. Get off here. So the little topic of music is the poem of the white dragons, with which we are in a very close and loving contact, since we helped them reclaim the Mother Earth. So those people, so-called light workers, are the one open a portal. However, if they claim to be the guardian of the earth, then they could be the white wolves, the albino wolves. Those are the guardians of the earth, and they could also have been the Nephilims, the giants, 7-10 foot tall giant beings that has living on earth before our species. Could have been them. They have been here prior to the dinosaur, and they have been banished by reptilian to the interior, to the hollow earth. They have been banned there. That's why your religion talk about fallen angels, they would say. See, because the reptilians are very very cunning. They know how to twist the facts. They know how to create stories to fool their minions, from which they were expelled for a very long time by the dark entities that took unlawful possession of this planet about 500, just like what I say every time, 500,000 years ago in a linear Earth time. This dramatic event happened 6 and 7 dimensions for a short period of time. The sky was full of jubilant dragons who were greeting and cheering eyes. I have reported about this experience in the article. Who wants to see that movie, never-ending story from the 80s? You'll see that they have white dragons, right? White dragons, and then the werewolf, the canine were the bad one. But why? Why would the canine be the bad one when they are main best friends? I don't get it, right? And the dragon, the white dragon, were always the good one in that movie. You see, so back then they wanted to pass a message, but back then we thought that that was just sci-fi, mythological movies, kind of sorts. We didn't know what was hidden behind that movie. You can check the never-ending story. Never-ending story. The rainbow is the answer to a never-ending story. The reclaim of the earth by the white dragons as their mother planet was a necessary prerequisite for all other major ascension events this summer. The cleansing of Gaia and humanity from all dark deities that had taken possession of many humans in the last several months. Say eons, not months, eons, would not have been possible without the help of the white dragons, as they are the guardian of Gaia in this galaxy and protect them from dark forces. We have three heavens, Elohim incarnations of dragons. We three have as Elohim incarnations of dragons, as we are everything, just as we are also Arcturians, and that's why we can establish contact to the dragons who have otherwise a very quiet, loving energy and are very difficult to channel. They are I saw them on Saturday, very quiet. They don't talk much. They just kind of have that aura of just don't care attitude. Therefore, it's a great achievement that Daniela got this message at the evening. The essential of these final ascension waves that when they come and induce receive ascension leap, we are taken away for several hours during the day. I think that they are being sucked, kind of being drained off energies, who knows. Hospital, yeah. This is a drainage of energy that she's relating here. This is essentially the new quality of the calming energies of ascension. I don't think so. And if it were not for the fact that we are so exhausted and in pain, we should rejoice like children. What's the matter, dude? If you don't feel good and do something, why you keep on doing? Just to put a point and then get self elevated as no human, just to show off that you are no human, that you have powers, this and that. For what? If you don't feel good, for what you take up this assignment of being a light worker, of going out of your body and come back tired? The idea here is to go out of the body but still come back refreshed, just like I have done on Saturday. I didn't come back tired. I come back and return refreshed. I went to another rooms and I returned refreshed. And that's the point. When they send you in assignment, they'll drain out your energy, or the place where you are in, you go to will be so heavy that you can cut it up with a knife, that you come back drained of energy, and that's no good. We want to have a place that's gonna replenish our energy, that's gonna rejuvenate us, you see, that's gonna give us inspiration, that gonna help our body and mind, and not make us worse, right? So it should result like children. At the point in time, I have been awake for so long, and the final goes in plain sight. And now enjoy the poem message of the female of the white dragons. I don't think it's Daniela is dreaming. That's nonsense. I also have been looking at the sky when I have the time at night. I have seen clouds move and oscillate, and then taking up shapes like that of a dog. Sometimes it's the face of a monster, alien, spacecraft, look like a mother ship. I have seen all that, but I'm not saying, hey, that's true, that's this and that, it really happened to me. That's nonsense. This is only wish-wash, it's just kind of fantasia. It's just like people like to believe that is true. They kind of create it in their mind as to can be true, but you still have doubt, right? You still don't know, not certain for sure whether it is really real or not. Even in the minds of Eloise, there is a point in time when I would think to myself, there's no sense. I think you've been so tired or whatever. You just imagine thing, lady. We are the family of the white dragons, and we are here to tell you that we are happy, joyful, and I admire your dedication, bordering in self-denial to the ongoing ascension process. Why self-denial? Do not despair. Your transfiguration is imminent. Wait forever up to now. From 2018 up to now, nothing yet. We understand what the pain of the physical body means, because we too have had the same experience. See, when we had to abandon our beloved homeland. But that's dying. That's when you die. We die, pass through some discomfort, pain, agony, etc. Right? But it's not inside the body yet. And that's what those light workers talking about. In exile and hidden, we have to face the transformation of all our bodies, physical, emotional, mental, because you died, so as to be ready for the day when you come to help us and free us. They open a portal so that we could reclaim our native Gaia. Really, unless you are the giants, you cannot be the owner of the Gaia. Together, you and I, we fought a terrifying battle against the dragons, the black and red dragon. This is what they mean. And the other dragon, the brown, black, and red, of darkness and death. As I write this, they show me the battles on different timelines of this new original planet to free all the kingdoms on this Gaia from the presence of all darkness and entities attached to the ascending humanity. And there has been cases whereby the head of white dragons has been found. That means that they have been fighting, really, they have been fought a very hard battle for earth with the blacks and red dragons. From the presence of all darkening sea and entities Okay. We thank you for this from the bottom of our hearts. Now we are free and we will be together with you until we meet again. And if you will, we will be visible to you in bodies of crystalline light like yours in the seats of light. Colonize whenever you want to talk to us. Even think of us make us immediately arrive. But do not forget that we are always with you, even when we are not visible. While I hear this word, I feel a loving and kind energy that envelops me. I'm moved and I feel warmth invading my heart and the whole body. A feeling of love and well-being is all around and inside me. Have patience for these physical pains and extreme fatigue that afflict you these days. They are the result of the ongoing transformation in the physical body. But soon they will end. You will acclimate to these high energies very quickly. What you call the birth field, is such a sonic game, but the field has something to do only with the speed. The seeds of the light already exist, and that will continue until the seed of the light are formed and emerge to manifest themselves all over the world. The field of protuberancy is an energy that wraps around the new original 5D world that you have created. What is going to manifest itself is your creation, and with the help of all beings of light that are now around you. In the dragons, I see infinite space and benevolent beings from the whole holy galaxy and beyond. It will be the most beautiful and magnificent creation you could ever have imagined. We bow before you. We are your friends and family of the heart who love you very much. The white dragons of light. Okay, if they needed humans to help them out and to free them, that means they have no power. They have no power, poor thing. They are they are trying. They are just like guys in the same predicament, the same situation, and they want to help humanity. They are the albines dragons. They want to help humanity, but alone they cannot do it because the others dark forces are really overbearing and very powerful. Or I don't know, unless they are lying or whatever, then they are just making up stories. I don't know. But if they are telling the truth and their heads has been found on earth before, then that means they are telling the truth, and we should align with them and help them to free this earth from slavery.